Hey folks, it's Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health, and in this quick video, I want to clear up a little bit of confusion from an earlier video I did on something called subclinical hypothyroidism. Now this one's going to be just a little bit technical, but if you stick around, I'll teach you about the most common test that doctors use to test your thyroid function, what it means, when it's useful, and when it isn't. Are you ready? Okay, so let's get a few basics out of the way. The thyroid is a gland that's in our neck that produces thyroid hormone. Now, sounds pretty obvious there, but thyroid hormone is responsible for our metabolism. Now, we call it the gas pedal of the body. When we have thyroid hormone, our bodies make heat and energy. When our thyroid is low, our engine runs low and we're cold and we're tired and things don't work properly. Now, the most common test that doctors use to monitor your thyroid is called the TSH, and it's a blood test. To understand TSH, we need to briefly understand how the thyroid works in the body. The easiest way to do this is to imagine the thyroid is like the furnace in your house. Now, it can turn on or off to produce heat, but your furnace doesn't keep track of the temperature. That's what the thermostat in your house does. Now, the thermostat does not create heat, but it monitors the temperature in your house, and if it gets too cold, it sends a signal to the furnace to turn on. Now, when it's hot enough, the thermostat stops sending the signal to your furnace and it turns off. Now, in our bodies, our brain is like our thermostat. When everything's working properly, the brain keeps an eye on the amount of thyroid hormone in the body, and if the level of thyroid hormone starts to go down, the brain releases TSH, which travels through the blood and turns the thyroid on. So when we need more thyroid hormone, we have more TSH. And when there's lots of thyroid hormone, it turns the signal down so the level of TSH falls. Now that's confusing to a lot of people, so let me quickly go through it. TSH is the signal to turn the thyroid on. So when TSH is high, it's because there's not enough thyroid hormone in the body. High TSH equals low thyroid. When TSH is low, it's because there's too much thyroid. So low TSH equals high thyroid. All right, with that in mind, we're almost ready to make sense of subclinical hypothyroidism. Just a couple more things, okay? First, hypothyroidism. Hypo means low. So hypothyroid is the fancy term that means low thyroid. Now, hypothyroidism can be very obvious. Feeling exhausted, being cold all the time, gaining weight, losing hair, having dry skin, constipation, poor memory, getting sick all the time, slow wound healing. These are all signs of hypothyroidism, and sometimes they're very obvious. Or it can be more subtle. Low energy but not exhaustion, depression, just feeling bad. Okay, so now we are all set to talk about subclinical hypothyroidism. And the important thing to realize is that there are two very different definitions of what subclinical hypothyroidism is. There's the conventional medical definition and the alternative or holistic definition, and they're very different. Now, in a previous video, I talked about the alternative definition. Briefly, in alternative medicine, subclinical hypothyroidism is when you have the symptoms of hypothyroidism, often in their milder forms, but your doctor is telling you that your tests are normal. Your TSH may be slightly high, or your other hormone tests may be on the low end of normal, but they're still considered normal. This is what many alternative practitioners consider subclinical hypothyroidism, having the symptoms of hypothyroidism with normal or barely normal lab tests. However, what I left out of my other video is that there is a completely different definition from conventional medicine. And having two very different definitions of the same word is a recipe for confusion. So what does the term subclinical hypothyroidism mean to a regular doctor? It means that you do not have symptoms of hypothyroidism, but your TSH is high. This is showing that there's something going on, but your body is able to compensate, at least right now, and you feel normal. And in the experience, my experience and that of my colleagues, most of the time, this conventional subclinical hypothyroidism is really Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and before long, the person will start to manifest symptoms of hypothyroidism. So there you have it. My bad for not being clear enough in my other video of subclinical hypothyroidism and only talking about the alternative definition, and that might have caused some confusion. In alternative circles, subclinical hypothyroidism is having symptoms of hypothyroidism with normal or near normal labs. Many people that we work with see this pattern. They feel horrible and they're told that there's nothing wrong with them. And in conventional circles, subclinical hypothyroidism is the exact opposite situation when the lab tests are not normal, but the person feels fine and doesn't have any obvious symptoms. And in our experience, most of the time, this is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And sooner or later, that person will begin to experience the symptoms of hypothyroidism. So if you're in this situation, please don't wait. Begin making the changes now that might shut down the Hashimoto's and let you avoid having to go on thyroid medication in the future. Now, if you don't know, I've created a number of free reports with some of our best information inside to help you with a number of digestive and autoimmune issues. They are all available for free on our website. If you'd like to know more about your thyroid, I'd like to offer you an audio recording of a lecture that I gave on what the real holistic treatment of your thyroid looks like. There are two easy ways to get it. The first is to simply click the button below and fill out the very short form, and we'll happily send that to you for free. The second, if you happen to be watching or listening with your cell phone or it's nearby, all you need to do is text the word thyroid to 425-651-6851. That's the word thyroid, and just in case it's not a common word that people spell very often, that is THYROID, thyroid, to 425-651-6851, and we will happily send that to you for free. So please either click down below or text us and we'll get that expert report over to you right away. At Aspire Natural Health, we are experts at helping people with digestive issues and autoimmune diseases. If that's you or a loved one who's suffering, we'd love to connect. We offer a no obligation, no pressure chat to see if we can help you and if we're the right fit to work together. If we are, we'll move forward. And if we're not, we will do our best to connect you with the person who can best help you. The only thing you have to lose is being unsure what the best next step for you is. So please call us now at 425-202-7849 or email us at info@aspirenaturalhealth.com. All right, folks, until next time, take care.